from our bonus episode, which was pure chaos, which does kind of reflect what today's episode is going to be. And if you want bonus content, that is not just us yapping, but us also talking about more mythology, become a subscriber.
Yes.
And get weekly bonus content.
Yes.
And other fun perks.
Yeah.
So, what were you saying, Yanni?
Oh, I forgot. But I will.
Okay.
You know what
All right.
I do remember? It's another Christmas day, and look at our sweaters.
It is. We have Christmas sweaters
Yeah.
today, and we're going to be doing Christmas outfits.
Yeah.
Until the end of the year, which I mean, I think technically we only have like
One.
more Christmassy episode after this.
Yes. Actually, we should
is
talk
time?
about what's happening after Christmas. We are going to be going on a 4-week hiatus. Don't worry, we're still
Yes.
going to give you content. You're going to hear
There's
us
still gonna be
blabbing.
content. But next week's episode is the final episode
Yes.
of season 2. Can you believe
Crazy.
it?
I can't
I'm so
believe
proud of
us. We're about to be into our 3rd season and 2 years with you guys. We had Christmas last year and Christmas this year, and we're just so thankful. I mean, crazy. Crazy.
It is crazy.
And thank you for all the new listeners.
Thank you for the new listeners.
Yeah.
And now, let's get back into the show.
That's right. Welcome to Story Sirens, the podcast where we deep dive into myths and legends from around the world. Oh my God, that reminded me of the song "Around the World, Around the
Right.
World." I am Yanni.
And I'm Sarah. And today we continue our run of winter-themed myths with a rather strange being. She loves baubles and ribbons and Christmas decorations.
She loves food and alcohol, my type of girl. Especially when
Yeah.
it comes from someone else, my type of girl.
Right? And she loves singing songs and telling dirty jokes.
Are we talking about ourselves here? Come on now.
I wish, though we are magical. Today, we are discussing Wales's own Mari Lywd, also known as Mari Lywd.
Ooh.
So, buckle up, Buttercups. This
Yeah.
one is weird and fun and wonderful.
I love
So,
her.
The name Mari Lywd is often roughly translated into the Grey Mare. And the name could come from the Grey Mares of Celtic mythology who could pass between the underworld and the land of the living. And important to note, gray and white were the colors of the Celtic underworld called Annwn. The king of Annwn's dogs were always gray with red accents. But back to horses.
Oh, so it is about horses. I was about to ask you.
It is about horses.
Oh.
It is about horses. We're gonna get into this.
Yeah.
So yes, Mari Lywd's name translates into gray mare, the female horse. And horses, even if they weren't gray, were always viewed in Celtic mythology as symbols of power and fertility. And similarly, the Celtic deities Epona, who's Gaelic, Macha, who's Irish, and Rhiannon, who's Welsh, were all goddesses associated with healing, fertility, death, and, you guessed it, horses. So, and of course, as we know from our discussion of Celtic myths with Ali Hollis, there's often ambiguity and vagueness in Celtic oral traditions. So that's why, a moment ago, we said that Mari Lywd is roughly translated into Grey Mare, because there's a little bit of debate surrounding that. But I'd also like to mention that specific written mention of Mari Lywd herself first appeared in the 1800s.
Oh, so she's rather young. She's a young soul.
She is.
And we'd like to
She
remind you guys
is.
that with Celtic myths, we always have to say roughly translated. Could mean this, because they never really jotted down all their stuff. They liked to just have oral traditions, and so we're still finding things today. And if you want...
We're still finding things today.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about it, just like Sarah said, we have our episode on Celtic myths with Ali Hollis, and it's pretty good if you ask me.
Yes, not that we're biased or anything.
We're totally
So,
biased.
Mari Lywd is a Christmas spirit or winter tradition who makes her rounds during the 12 nights of Christmas, which are usually between December 25th or 26th to January 5th or 6th. And this time of year often encompasses the winter solstice, which, hey, this year is on December 21st. And the winter solstice is the longest night of the year. Now, this is a liminal time when, like the autumnal equinox, the veil between worlds is often believed to be at its thinnest. And so today in Wales, you're most likely to see Mari Lywd around Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Which could be either extremely scary or extremely fun.
Exactly. So,
because what I want to ask, what does she look like? Because we're talking about horses. So is she like a horse that comes out to say hi to you? Does she neigh your way? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no. So thank you for asking, because I realize I'm talking about Miss Mari Lywd without actually, going into detail on who you're going to see. So Mari Lywd is a real physical being. She is a hobby horse made from a horse's skull, often with a pulley or lever attached to the lower jaw so that she can clack her mouth at friends and strangers.
No. Espérate. What is a hobby horse?
Oh, okay. So, picture those little toy fake horses, like it's the horse head on a stick that kids have.
So she's a fucking stick with a horse head?
She's a stick with a horse head.
I know.
Who is carried by a person. She's carried by a person.
Wait.
So that she can be upright.
Wait. There's, an actual thing for this, though. So, there's, competitions for hobby horses. So she's just holding the stick with a horse?
No. Because we're not riding Mari Lywd. We're holding her upright. She's being held upright. You don't ride Mari Lywd.
So Mari Lywd is the stick being held by someone.
Yes.
Who's the someone?
Yes. So the someone is known as the bearer. And so there is often a white sheet, because don't forget, that's a symbolic color, falling from the back of Mari Lywd's horse skull head and covering the person who is carrying her pole. Her eye sockets are often filled with Christmas ornaments, glass bottles, or some other bauble. And along with the white sheet, she is decorated with lights, tassels, lace, bells, or any other shiny and sparkly decoration. Our girl loves to accessorize.
So
yeah,
I want everybody to know I did not read this, so I'm coming in completely just and Sarah
with
sent
all of
me,
you, she's blind like all of you.
Well, I'm blind no matter what because I wear glasses. But Sarah sent me a picture of a horse skull in a bag, and she was very excited.
Actually, here, hold on. Wait. This is for our visual friends.
Oh God. The giggle.
Mari Lywd is here.
Get that thing away.
So basically just picture it'd be affixed to a pole and you have her up and there'd be a jaw and you hold the pole and she goes around and she clacks her jaw
Ay, Sara.
at people.
Ay, Sara, perdóname, pero esto...
And she's great.
Esta es cosa que yo no entiendo. Ningún hispano hace eso.
I don't have my headphones on, so I have no idea what you're saying. But this Mari Lywd, I'm going to paint her. I'm going to make her look all festive.
You're going to paint her.
But I only just got her, so I couldn't get her ready for today.
You're going to paint her. Ay, por Dios.
You look so unhappy.
I was saying in Spanish that's something that no Hispanic person would do. That is definite. I lie. I know there's Hispanic people that also have skulls. I
was gonna say that is deeply rooted in Hispanic and Native culture.
Well, not in the Cuban culture. I'll tell you that much.
Well, okay, that's true.
You know what? It's just Sarah was so excited. She sent me the picture of the thing of the horse skull, and then I go, "What is that?" She's like, "It's a horse skull," and I'm like, and then this is my face. My face is like, she's my best friend, and she has to deal with my weirdness, so I have to deal with
it. It's very
hers.
Texan. I fully understand that.
Love that for
but
you.
also, it was on theme for today's episode, which you get to be surprised by.
It was definitely.
Yes.
Oh, Sarah, why don't you tell the story of how you got the horse skull? Because that was a very cute story.
So I had a Christmas party this weekend, and I have this very dear older lady friend who I go hiking with quite often, and she was clearing out some stuff from her home, and she had that animal skull in her classroom, I believe, and she asked my mom if my mom wanted it, and my mom was like, "Oh, well, actually, Sarah is going to learn how to paint these in sort of the native style, because I have cousins who do that. These are all ethically sourced. remains. Like, we're not hurting any animals to get these.
No, they just
and
died.
this was found out in the desert.
Oh, that makes it better.
And so our sweet friend who I go hiking with brought it to the Christmas party and said, "I thought you might like this." And I proceeded to tell her and her husband about the Mari Lywd, and then her husband, who knows a little bit of everything, was like, "Oh, well, that sounds like that might be a variation from some Celtic tribal custom where, they would hang out their horse skulls for protection." And I'm like, That's exactly
what it is. That's so sweet. I love that. I love
very sweet.
that
It's
someone
very sweet.
just gave you a skull and you were happy with it. And that makes me happy for you. Now then.
So back to Mari Lywd.
Back to the stick with the horse head that someone is carrying called the bearer. And then not make it scary, they got a lot of Christmas decorations
She's
on
dressed
it.
up, yes. So again, Mari Lywd is often dressed in ribbons, wreaths, flowers, garlands, and paint, all to either make her look more festive or more fearsome, depending on how she's feeling that day. And as I mentioned, the lucky individual who's carrying Mari Lywd and covered by the sheet is known as the bearer. And because they are covered by a sheet, they're often blind. And so they must be guided by an individual known as the leader on their journey. And of course, the leader would lead Mari Lywd by the reins. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering, journey? What journey? Well, Mari Lywd wanders through Welsh villages, often accompanied by a small group of people who could be dressed as jesters or ladies, who are usually men in drag, depending on the region. Sometimes she's even accompanied by the characters Punch and Judy. The group travels from house to house, knocking 3 times on a door, the group travels from house to house or pub to pub, knocking 3 times on the door of the home or pub and calling, "Let me in." The group then sings. Jenny looks so distressed.
It's either you're going to have a really good time or you're going to get traumatized. There's no.
Don't worry,
there's
it's
no
a great
two
time.
Parts. It's
a great
or.
time. Hold on. So after they call "Let me in," the group sings songs, tells riddles, jokes, or indulges in the tradition of punko. In this ritual of punko, the Mari Lywd and or her party members go back and forth with the home or pub owner, trading rude rhymes, like you have to top each other. It's basically a rap battle.
I'm not upset at this. All right, you know what? With a few drinks, I'm sure I will be friends with a stick horse too. So it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
And if the homeowner or pub owner can no longer come up with rhymes, they must grant Mari Lywd and her party entry into the house, where the group is allowed to drink and eat all they want as they chase various individuals around the home for fun.
Is Mari Lywd like Mari Lywd and Dionysus must know each other?
Oh, they are absolute
They are besties.
Dionysus and Mari Lywd are like, listen, my holiday is all about food and drink and a good time.
There you go.
Now, in case you are thinking, oh my gosh, I have to share all my food with this strange little Christmas ghost horse and her party, please know that if you have hosted Mari Lywd in your home, that is believed to bring you good luck for the entire next year.
Ooh.
And traditionally, it could also be viewed as embarrassing to be beaten at a punko or rap battle by the Mari Lywd and her crew, as that was symbolic of losing to the otherworldly and the good neighbors in a game of wits.
Huh.
Yeah. But if you've hosted her in your house, that's considered
good
to
luck.
Bring you good luck
All right,
for
then.
an entire year.
After you have no more food and drink inside your house, you have to go back to your supermarket, spend like $300 because she even ate the spices, and yeah, good luck.
She's down for it.
She's down for it.
Now, some of the call and response between Mari Lywd and the homeowners are traditional verses that have been passed down and memorized. And depending on the wit of the Mari Lywd, there could be some improv going on at these festivities. So, there's a little bit of script to follow, and then there's also some, well, hey, guess what? I can come up with stuff.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all of these practices for the Mari Lywd are part of a larger tradition known as wassailing. And if you've ever heard the Christmas song, Here We Go A-Wassailing, that's same thing. Wassailing kind of predates carol singing. It's kind of the precursor to that, of Christmas caroling. And the word wassail comes from the Anglo-Saxon wassail, which means to be healthy or to be whole.
Oh, okay.
The practice of wassailing is the practice of eating and drinking in a group.
So a party.
It's community building, gathering by a
We're
fire,
building.
sharing stories and resources during the coldest months of the year.
So a party. Got it. We're going to be wassailing in my wedding.
And it does kind of fall within the region of when this would happen.
There you go.
Time period.
Mira,
time
pero
period.
espérate, yo no quiero ningún caballo. Yo no quiero nada de eso en my wedding, okay? Aquí tú no
It's
me
gonna
traigas
be-
ni
it's
el
gonna be a big
palo
party.
ni el skull. I don't want none of that.
No.
I'm
I'm
holding
bringing lots
on
of goodies.
to
I'm
dear
not bringing.
life.
I'm not bringing her.
I love that you're like, I'm not bringing her. She doesn't know how
I'm
to
not bringing
act.
her. She really doesn't. She really doesn't. Listen. She's gonna hear all the Cuban volume and she's gonna be like, I take this as a challenge.
Ah, they're very
So
true.
anyway, side note. There is house-to-house wassail singing, which is, usually practiced during the 12 nights of Christmas. And then there is orchard wassailing, where people visit orchards and sing to the trees so that they might produce good fruit for the harvest.
I like that. Let me sing to
Isn't
a
that
tree.
cute?
But once I'm singing to
Right.
a tree, you know I'm drunk.
Oh, absolutely. Now, wassail itself was traditionally a beverage made of spiced and sweetened ale or wine mixed with cream, apple, and eggs. So the practice of enjoying it in a group and singing for it was naturally called wassailing.
So it's like a spiced eggnog.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh.
Kind of.
Okay, but I want to know more about the dead horse ghost stick thing. The partying is fun. I love the wasa
It is
and
partying.
the ailing. I love the health and the good. I love the drinks. But let me go back to the stick horse with someone behind it.
Okay, so much like the costumed origins of All Hallows Eve and Samhain,
Okay.
Mari Lywd is a form of entertainment that was often performed by costumed performers called mummers.
Yes.
And of course, these performances of song, dances, short plays, and poetry were often done in exchange for food, drink, or money. And they were often performed by lower economic individuals in higher economic neighborhoods. Like, hey, if I come over and put on a little show, feed me.
I remember.
Give me the good stuff.
I remember when we were doing the All Hallows Eve's episode, and I was like, "What mummy?" And you're like, "No,
Right.
mummers."
Mummers.
I'm like,
Mummers.
what
Yes.
about a mummy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now, while Mari Lywd looks frightening, her traditions really are wholesome, as she is meant to be a entity or activity to bring communities together, as we mentioned a moment ago. Because also think about it, several of these Welsh communities are spread far apart from each other, and in the cold winter months, a lot of times people go into their homes and don't really want to come out. So she's a way to keep spirits up and morale up and to keep the community engaged with one another.
Okay.
And while she is known to chase children, kind of like what Krampus does, she doesn't hurt children. And she only chases the kids she likes.
I'm pretty sure she's upset that you put her alongside Krampus. Krampus kills the kids, okay? Where these Mari Lywd does not.
Mari Lywd does not. Mari Lywd does not harm anybody. She just kind of chases and harasses. She's a fun, hyper wine aunt.
Oh my God, it's me. All right.
All right. Now, for several decades in the 20th century, the tradition of wassailing with Mari Lywd was forbidden by Welsh religious leaders. Are we surprised? Because it was seen as both too pagan and too Roman Catholic.
Well, authorities, make up your mind, okay? Is it one or the other?
And the fact that participants often became quite drunk while Mari Lywding and wassailing didn't help their case.
Probably.
Add that to the fact that the rhyme battles and jokes were often dirty and full of sexual innuendo, and that Mari Lywd celebrants were from all sorts of economic classes. Mari Lywd was seen as disrupting the status quo.
How dare you disrupt the status quo? In comes High School Musical Troy Bolton talking about the status quo. Oh my God. I need you to watch those movies. Didn't you tell me that you did?
I did.
Oh, I thought you said you hadn't.
No. I mean, it's been years since I've rewatched them because I watched them when they
yeah.
came out
Oh.
back in the dawn of time.
It's not. Don't say it like that, you know. Yeah, I'm 30 and I watch High School Musical. Honestly, those Zombies is also a great, like, musical. Like, I don't know what Disney was on, but I liked it.
All right. Now, Yenny, I don't know if you're going to like this next fact or not.
I don't think I'll...
According to some legends, after the 12 nights of Christmas, after Mari Lywd has gone around the neighborhood and gathered the community together and everybody's got a hangover now, Mari Lywd's horse head is cleaned and buried into the earth to rest for a year, and then dug back up to celebrate the 12 nights all over again. She parties hard. She's got to rest.
Why don't they give her another horse head, though? Like, use another one. I'm sure there's a bunch. Or is it that the head itself is Mari Lywd?
So the head itself is Mari Lywd. The head itself is Mari Lywd.
Oh, I thought it was like a spirit inside the head. Okay.
It could be. Listen,
you know,
we're not entirely sure where Mari Lywd comes from.
There you go.
And there's a lot of ambiguity. So it might be that the spirit leaves and her vessel, you know, is preserved in the earth for a little while. Because again, Mari Lywd, horses, gray, all this sort of stuff, they're all viewed as fertility.
Yes.
Death and all this sort of stuff. So now, burying a horse head is not only practiced with the Mari Lywd. There are several old Welsh and Celtic customs of burying horse heads beneath the entrances of houses, under foundations, and under the hearths of homes as a way to protect the home from evil spirits. The horse was viewed by the Celts as a liminal being, as we mentioned earlier with the gray horses and everything. But the horse itself was liminal because it was viewed as part wild and part domestic. So that added to the magic and mysticism of the horse's believed protective powers. And as a horse girly, as a girl who has a horse, yeah, like they go from like, oh, please just cuddle me to, you know, running, kicking, farting around the
kicking,
just
fart.
like, look at me being majestic. No, literally, like when you watch a horse just run around because they're having a good time, that tail comes up and they're just tooting like crazy and you're just going, why do we call you majestic?
You know what I just remembered too? Like now looking at you, I'm upset because you never brought me the peach cobbler. We're talking about horses and I'm like, she never brought me the peach cobbler. You told the Story Sirens people you're bringing me a peach cobbler.
I'm going to see you again here soon.
OMG.
And I'm actually, I'm actually checking a bag this time so my hands be free so I can like carry.
Not only that.
That could be my personal item.
Girl, I'm about to buy you them peaches and you're going to make it the day before. So we could do that. Okay, anywho, let's finish.
All right. So, as I mentioned earlier, in parts of the 20th century, Mari Lywd was viewed unfavorably by authorities. But today, she's making a resurgence in popularity. So in today's Mari Lywd excursions, there are sometimes sculpted wooden horse heads and sewn fabric horse heads floating amongst the real deal horse skulls. Mari Lywd and her gaggle still roam from house to house, pub to pub, causing havoc and merriment. The tradition is, as I mentioned, growing in popularity once again, and we here at Story Sirens love to hear that, no matter how creeped out Yenny might be.
I'm creeped out, but I'm always down for a good time, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And a lot of her resurgence is due to the fact that Welsh culture was suppressed for a very long time, and the return of Mari Lywd symbolizes a reclamation and growth of cultural identity, so that's very exciting. And also, Mari Lywd sometimes makes appearances on Halloween, sometimes on May Day, but most frequently, she still likes to appear during Christmas and New Year's. So, may the holiday magic live on.
I love that she's like, yeah, there's a day in May. May I come? And then she's just like...
Yeah, that's pretty much. I believe that Mari Lywd loves a pun. I am not above believing that she'd be like, listen, give me some of those good dad jokes.
I think I'd be freaked out, but I'd be like, okay, Mary, like, we have a good time. So I guess, like, I'll look the other way at the fact that you're, like, literally a floating head on a stick. Who is the person behind you? I want to know. So, yeah. Anywho, let's go into modern media. In 1941, the poem The Ballad of Mari Lywd by Vernon Watkins was published by London publishing house Faber and Faber. We've included a link to the ballad in the show notes.
Yes, enjoy it. It's very long and pretty fun. It's pretty cute. So, An interpretation of Mari Lywd appeared in the costume of Marmalade,
Queen!
a contestant in the 2024 season of RuPaul's Drag Race.
I love it.
I looked at the costume. It's outstanding. Like, it's so good.
You go, girl.
It's
my lady
so
Marmalade. Good. And of course, Mari Lywd is herself modern in a way. If you're in Wales in December and January, you may run into her and have to engage in a battle of wits. Let her win, though, and it'll be, good for your health and fortune. Wink, wink.
Exactly.
I think she'd do great in Miami, let me tell you.
Oh, she'd do great.
In South
she'd do great.
Beach? Done.
She'd just be sassy. She would be sassy and great. So, in 2001, the book The Mare's Tales was published, and it is a collection of poems by Katarina Urquhart and illustrations by Clive Hicks Jenkins. And it's a collaborative work between the two, following the process of grief and how Mari Lywd is a central figure in a very personal story for it. I found that at the very end of my research, and it's very, very beautifully written and very interesting. So I just thought y'all might be interested in that.
Yeah, we love that.
So we know this was a short episode. We're going to go on to our siren call, but with this being a short episode, it's because we're going into a very busy season.
Yes.
And next week's episode is going to be Killer Diller.
Yeah.
We do promise. It's going to be a good one.
It will
Hang
be.
in there with us.
Yes.
We're sending you out with a bang. But siren call.
Yes, siren call. Do you think you can win a rap battle against the Mari Lywd? Have you met Mari Lywd? If you have, let us know. Let us know. Join our public Discord, link in the show notes, and tell us all about your experience, or leave a comment below. We'd love to hear and chat with you some more. All right, guys.
We love all participation.
We'll see you next week for Christmas.
See you next week.
Oh my God, wait a second. Our episode is literally on Christmas.
Our episode is on Christmas Day. So listen, friends, if you don't listen on Christmas Day because you're out celebrating or getting Chinese food, we understand. But also, if you need a break from the in-laws, we're here for you.
Come with us.
We're ready. It's gonna be a good time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Story Sirens. You can follow us on Instagram at Story Sirens Podcast. Want to support us? Send us a cup of Ko-fi by searching ko-fi.com/storysirens. We've got lots of treats for those who become siren seekers. All research materials can be found in the episode summary. Music by Donald Guzzi and artwork by Alexis Torres. Story Sirens is a Feather and Fin production. See you soon.